MiniMax H3 is powerful, but video generation can be slow. Today, I'll show you how to speed it up with a LoRa and how to keep an eye on your VRAM at the same time. First, we need to do some updates. If you have the Easy installer, it is easy to do from the launcher. If not, you can use the BAT files for updates. First, update Easy Install so you get the latest version. This will also update the Pixaroma nodes. You can also do a git pull if you want to update them manually. Then update ComfyUI, since recently we had some updates that fixed a few bugs. After that, you can start ComfyUI either in the browser or desktop version. I recommend starting with Kitchen Attention since it is now incorporated into ComfyUI. Sage Attention is similar in speed. Just keep in mind that if you start ComfyUI like this, do not add extra nodes for Sage Attention or Kitchen Attention inside the workflow. It is either starting with the arguments like I do, or adding the nodes and starting ComfyUI normally. Then you can add a version check node to see if you have the same version of ComfyUI and Pixaroma nodes as me, or a newer version. If yours is older, some things might not work correctly. If you downloaded the free workflows and placed them in the workflows folder, you can access them from this menu, which is part of the Pixaroma nodes, or from the normal workflows menu on the left that everyone has. Here we have the MiniMax workflows I made for today, and you can adapt this setup for more H3 workflows once you see how it is done. So let me start with text to video first. I explained the installation in more detail in episode 29, but in this note you have all the models you need to download and where to place them. What is different from episode 29 is this LoRa. This will help us speed up generation by reducing the number of steps from 20 to only 4 or 8. So download this LoRa and place it in the H3 folder inside the LoRa's folder. In the workflow, to add it, I just added this LoRa loader after the diffusion model is loaded and before the K-sampler. Claude also found that this LoRa was trained with a shift of 6. So instead of 12, which is the default in ComfyUI, I use 6 here. I changed the names of the nodes to make more sense, but you can always find the original node name if you duplicate the node, right-click it, then choose Fix Node Recreate. You can see how the node looks by default and what values and title it originally has. I tried different shift values, and with these settings it worked well for me. So you just pick the size you want for the video. Start small and see how much your video card can handle, and you can try both landscape and portrait. I put some stars next to the sizes I usually use. Then you choose the duration in seconds, up to 15 seconds. Here you add the detailed prompt. It needs to be written in a certain way. Then for samplers, schedulers, and steps, I put all the best settings I tested into this node. The best result for me was Euler and simple with 8 steps. With 4 steps, it is even faster, but the audio does not have enough time in only 4 steps to sound good, so with many seeds, I got lower quality audio. So if audio quality is not important to you, you can use 4 steps. With 8 steps, the audio is much better. And for the best quality, you can run without the LoRa at 20 steps. If you are wondering what this node is, I will show you. It is the drop-down Pixaroma node, which got an update this week. If you go to Settings, you can now have up to 4 outputs, so you can put different values there, from text to numbers. You can add those values for each item in the drop-down. In my case, I added samplers, schedulers, and steps. You can also use models, sizes, prompts, and all kinds of other things. Check the Help section for the node to learn more. That is how I added 5 items to the dropdown, and each of those items has 3 values for the outputs. You can add more items with the plus sign and press the X to remove one. So I will run it now and see what we get. You might have noticed that I have a monitor node here that shows VRAM, RAM, temperature, and so on. If you go to Settings, you have more options, and you can decide which values to keep or hide from the node. I made it as a node so you can move it wherever you want and remove it whenever you want. For the layout, you also have a strip version that is more minimalist. Again, from Settings, you can adjust what you want to see until you get a small version at the size you want. You also have control over which buttons you want to appear on the node, so it should have enough settings to get something useful for monitoring VRAM. So choose the format you want and scale it bigger or smaller, however you like. And there is another node for VRAM. You can add this one after the node where you want to clear VRAM. For example, maybe you generate a prompt with a different model and want to clear the memory after that so you have enough space to load the normal workflow for video generation. In my case, I put it at the end of the workflow after the VAE decode, because with some recent ComfyUI updates, the cache kept building up until it ran out of memory, and this prevented that. The disadvantage is that if you already have enough VRAM, you lose a little time because the model has to load into memory again. So let me see what I got.
I really enjoy my morning coffee. I really enjoy my morning coffee.
On the right, you have another note with some tests I did. For this workflow, I did 54 tests with Claude using different samplers and schedulers to see what worked best. In this case, for text to video, Euler with Simple scored the best, so that is what I use by default. But depending on the style and the prompt, you can try some of the other combinations that also worked well. Some combinations gave really bad results, so I would avoid those. Then for the steps, I tested again with different settings, and I got a good balance between sound quality and speed at 8 steps. 4 steps is faster, but it can mess up the audio, so I recommend 8 steps. 12 steps can improve the quality more, but if you really want the best quality, then do not use the LoRa at all, and use 20 steps instead. These are more like informative nodes, so you can keep only what you need. You can delete all 3 if you want. Feel free to adjust the workflow however you like. Let me do one more test with this workflow. This time I will use Gemini for prompting since it gave me good results and it is fast. You have the link here, it is free, and you can log in with any Google account. So I tell it that I want a prompt for text to video, I give it the duration, and then I describe what I want to get. In a few seconds, I get a long prompt. And I can just use this replace button to replace the prompt. It is quick and easy. Then for the duration, I will go with 5 seconds, since that is what I prompted for. Maybe I will use a landscape orientation this time. And now I run the workflow. You can see in the monitor Pixaroma node, since that is the name of the node, how much VRAM it is using and all those other values that can be helpful. Because I have this free VRAM node at the end, the VRAM will be cleared when the workflow finishes. If you do not want that, just remove the node or right-click it and choose bypass. The same value that enters the node also exits it, so you can place it between other nodes and keep the workflow connected. It does not change the value, it only clears the VRAM. So this workflow took 55 seconds, and you can see how it cleared the VRAM. Now it is using only around 2 gigabytes. And let me see if it followed the prompt. The result came out great, just like I asked, and it was quite fast. But keep in mind that higher resolution means more generation time. Resolution has the biggest impact on speed. After that, duration also affects the speed, but not as much as resolution. Let me move now to the first frame to video workflow. You can see that for this workflow, I added the same LoRa and shift as in the previous workflow. I also did some tests on this one because we need to keep the first frame consistent. The results were very close, but the best score for me was with Euler and Beta, so I chose that one by default. Euler and Simple came in second. And for the steps, again, since we have sound, I got better results with 8 steps. So I will run this workflow. You can see the prompt is long, and I asked the same Google Gemini gem to generate a first frame to video prompt, and told it what I want to happen. Another thing I did in the Save MP4 node was add this audio fade at the beginning of the video. Many MiniMax videos have a strong sound right at the start, so adding a 120 millisecond fade can fix some of those problems. And the result is this one.
Do you like my hair? Do you like my hair?
It took 48 seconds to generate 5 seconds of video. If you want to test different settings that are not in this dropdown, you can just delete it and set the values however you want, like 20 steps and no LoRa. Now I will try one for first frame and last frame, so we can control what frame it ends with. So I gave Gemini both images and asked for a first frame and last frame 5-second video prompt. I wanted something like a pirouette, ending with the character changed into jeans instead of the red dress. For this workflow, I got different results again. In this case, Euler and Simple worked better, so samplers and schedulers can affect the results a lot. and after 55 seconds, I got this result. The resolution of the video is decided by this longest side setting. The higher you go, the longer it will take, and it might crash if you do not have enough VRAM. On my video card, the peak was around 22 gigabytes, and I can reset that value from here. Sometimes you might also want to open a new workflow and clear the VRAM first if you are going to use different models. Now I want to try a workflow that lets a character sing using an audio track you upload. The purpose of this workflow is to keep the exact audio instead of regenerating something similar. First, you decide the duration of the video. Depending on what you set here, it will crop the audio you upload in this node. So you click Upload, and whatever audio you add here will be cropped to around 6 seconds in my case.
I can sing, I can talk.
Then you upload the character you want to sing. I included all these inputs with the workflows. For the prompt, I did a lot of testing and created this universal prompt that worked well most of the time. Feel free to adjust it however you want, but this one helped keep the image more consistent. Anything you mention in the prompt might change your character, because this is not first frame to video. It is reference to video, so it uses a different model. I want to keep the image as close as possible to the original instead of getting a different character, different clothes, and so on. That is why I use this longer prompt. Then you choose the longest side from here, and you can run it. For this workflow, because we are not generating audio and we are using an existing audio track, I do not need 8 steps for better audio quality. 4 steps is much faster, so I use that instead. I also did not use the audio fade because I am using my own custom audio, which already sounds good. I explain a few more things in the note, so you can read more there. You can collapse or delete the note afterward if you want. Let me check the result.
I can sing, I can talk, I can be anything I want.
So here is something interesting. I tested this and it worked okay at a smaller size, but when I made it bigger, it started to change things.
I can sing, I can talk, I can be anything I want.
So there is a certain point, and at certain sizes, where it does not follow the prompt as accurately. What works well at a smaller size might not work as well at a bigger size, at least when using the reference model I use. It seems that the first frame model we used before follows the prompt better, while the reference model is more creative and can take audio and images and so on, but it might not be as exact. Moving now to the workflow that lets us speak. It is the same workflow, just the long prompt is made for speaking, so it does not dance and the camera stays fixed and so on. But again, feel free to try it. Just keep in mind that anything you mention in the prompt might get added there. Even if you say do not add a black background, it might still add it. So be careful with prompting and try different seeds and sizes. Let me see what I got.
Do you think I look ready for an adventure? Or should I fix my ears first? Do you think I look ready for an adventure? Or should I fix my ears first?
For the longest side, I added some buttons here, but if you go to settings, you can add your favorite sizes there. So if you have enough VRAM, you can even do full HD if you want. I also made some updates to the Pixaroma.com website. As you know, this course is free, so you can access all the episodes and everything that comes with them from here. We usually have a new episode each week, except during holidays or when I go on vacation. So next week, I will not have a new episode because I am going on vacation. Also check episode 29 for more workflows. Then for the workflows, all of them are free, and you can get them from here. As soon as I upload the video, I will also add the workflow here for today's episode. Then you have the cloud workflows on Running Hub, and also the gems, like the ones I used today to generate prompts. So give those a try since they are free. The only part that is not free is the membership on YouTube and Discord. I added it here because many people wanted to help support the channel, but did not know how to join or what membership tiers are available. The highest tier, the one you see at the end of the videos, is Legends. That one helps the channel the most and also comes with more perks. You can use this button to see more. YouTube now also offers free trials, so you might want to check if that is available for your account. Then you just connect your Discord account to YouTube with the membership, and you get access to Discord and the roles for each tier. Now I will leave you with a thank you to the Legends, and then some more demo videos I made with the MiniMax H3 model at HD size. So they are not too big, but they still look quite good.
I hope you enjoy the speed. That is all for today. Thank you, legends. And everyone who subscribed to the membership. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like and a comment to help with the YouTube algorithm. Have a great day.
Are you still here? Nothing left. You can change to another episode now.